A train wrecked to spin fire. The NFT analyzer, diving deep into projects. He's the crypto energizer. From mint coins to tokens, he's got all the intel. Web3 wizardry to show you where to excel. He's got the insights.
All right, you know what? I'm going to keep that intro real short because I'm very excited about our chat today, man. Look, part 2 of our doubleheader today. We went live early this morning and did a space. It kind of was like a last-minute decision, but that was part 1. Part 2 is here with the gang behind VPay, which, dude, I don't know if I've been chatting with either of you in the DMs, right? Or either of you like run on the VPay account? No? Okay.
Not me. Yeah. No, not Charity either. I don't think it's Charity either.
Okay, well, whoever's there has been super helpful, super friendly. It's been really nice connecting with, well, at this point now, you and whoever that was. Like, dude, what a nice team, like kind people, good guys. Like I'm a fan. So again, extra excited for this. For you guys tuning in, welcome. Swarm Report, a little later than normal, but I think a special episode here with the guys behind VPay, a project that, God, man, I have been looking forward to for, it's got to be at least 6 weeks. I don't remember when it first showed up on the Virtuals Genesis board, but I want to say 6 weeks ago, maybe even 8, but it kept getting delayed. And all the while I've been excited. And I told people, watch this one. And so I think a lot of this community here has also been circling it, watching for it, waiting for that time. And that time is here now. In fact, I think live right now. Is that correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
We are live.
Yes. Oh, by the way, like nice amount of points. Virtuals did like a little update, so this page is looking really nice right now. Like they added videos and they like made a bit of UI changes.
Oh, dude, I didn't even catch that. Hang on. Okay.
Yeah. Go to pledging section.
Wow, it's way different.
Yeah. Now we can like the parties can put on videos.
Oh, that's cool. Okay, I saw a tease where you could, like, founders would have a quick clip that would play, and I didn't know it was going right there. I thought it would just get tweeted out or something. This is awesome. That's nice quality of life update.
Yeah, I like it.
Boom, there you guys are. Again, finally. It's been a long time coming, and we'll get into, kind of the story of inception of the project and application, and then just kind of the journey through virtuals. But live on the board now, man, I'm definitely putting points, and I'm going to wrestle with going all in again like I did a couple weeks back, and man, virtual switch up how the points work. So I'm accruing points way slower than I used to, but but this is the one I've been waiting for, like I said. By the way, in the chat, all the familiar faces, great seeing you guys. I know you guys have questions like I do, so as you have them, please drop them in the chat. I'll put a little like pin on them so we can make sure to ask the team, like assuming everything is fair game here. So let's freaking get into it. Again, live, you got about 23 and a half hours here to pledge your points. Hopefully you have a better idea by the end of this 30 minutes, hour of what you want to do with your points. I think I know what I'm doing, but it should be fun. Should I play the video?
Yeah, that's it.
Go for it.
It's a nice video. I like it.
All right, hang on. I'm going to share the screen a little different. This is like the trailer you put on X, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. All right, hang on. Let me put this up.
Some little snippets of the apps, like some hype stuff. It's a nice one. I like it.
Okay, here we go. Dude, good looking video. Did you make that in-house?
Yes.
Wow.
So all our everything that you see on our website, our Twitter, everything is done in-house, right? So we do have a lean team, but it's a very experienced one, and they are very good at what they do.
How big is the team?
Yeah, so the team itself is about 7 people right now. Around 5 devs. Our head dev Mike couldn't make it today, unfortunately, due to personal reasons. But about 5 to 6 devs, 1 marketing guy and 1 design guy, and of course myself. And that pretty much make up the bulk of our team. And yeah, with this very concise team, we are very excited to be launching VPay on Virtuals. And we're just going to see how the next 24-hour goes. But we are quite bullish and we're quite confident that we're going to do pretty well.
Yeah,
I'll
I'm just
join you
like
there.
yeah. Before we get into things, I just want to like clarify this that I'm not like part of the team. Part of the team. Some of you guys might know me. Some of you might not. I'm the co-founder of Vail Intel, and Mike's an old friend of mine. His father unfortunately passed away yesterday, so I'm just filling in for him because we didn't want to like we shouldn't be canceling this, like like so many delays, whatever. We just wanted to do this. I just decided to fill in for Mike, and yeah, that's why I'm here. But I'm pretty familiar with the project because I've been with them. I know Jared and Mike for years, and I've been like with them every step of the way. So I'm like completely up to date with the product. I'm actually like using and like the so Jared has Beep Tap and I'm already using the Beep Tap card. I've been using it for 2 years. And yeah, it's been a lifesaver for me, honestly. So that's why I like it, and I really think that it needs to be in the virtual ecosystem.
Yeah, you mentioned a couple things I'm definitely going to come back to, especially like your advising for the team, but your familiarity with the team, and then what they're building. That for me gave an extra level of like, it's like that stamp of approval. I'm like, okay, the co-founder of Whale Intel is now part of this thing again, advising whatever. But again, I'm looking for those things, those extra little layers of verification that tell me VPay is maybe a little different than other stuff we're seeing out there. So it's just one of those, many things I think VPay has going for it. What's the elevator pitch? What's the TLDR on VPay and what it is, and we'll get into how it came to be.
So let me give Jared, if you allow me, I want to give this because I've been seeing a lot of misconceptions on Twitter. So a lot of the users are like, you're competing with Coinbase or Bybit, like because they have their own cards or whatever. But it's not that at all. So the cards are just like the thing that they're trying to use to get their foot in the door. The cards are the tool to onboard the users, right? And it's pretty convenient. It's like really damn cool. Like it's just completely being able to spend your crypto. Like you don't even need to care about what crypto you're sending. It can be any EVM token, uh, BTC Solana, I think as well. You can just like you can send your fucking memes there and like it turns into fiat on the back end and you can just go to a supermarket and spend it. It's pretty cool, yes, but it's not the focus at all. But this is what's they're gonna bring them the users and then yeah, like once they have that user base of the initial user base, they're gonna use it to, you know, have all this be like this complete financial suite. So personally, I've like requested a lot of features to Mike to add to the app because I've been trying to like I need an app to track everything that I have. Like I want to know my my whole portfolio, my whole net worth, like Web2, Web3, NFTs, whatever, track it all in the place in the same place. We don't have anything like it. Like the closest thing that I use is CoinStats, which it kind of sucks to be honest, even though it's been around for years, but it does decent job when it comes to Web3. Web2, it's like nothing. It doesn't have anything. It doesn't even connect to Revolut, which is like the most forward crypto bank or whatever there is, crypto friendly bank there is. So yeah, like I think this has been like a big issue, and yeah, hopefully like the VPay guys are gonna be able to solve it and become like the like a whole financial suite for you, both Web 2 and Web 3. It doesn't need to be divided anymore. It's pretty on brand with what like Base announced that like you gotta make things seamless. People gotta be using Web 3 without realizing they're using Web 3. That should be our goal, I think. Yeah, sorry for the rant, but yeah.
Oh, that's beautiful, Jared. I didn't know if you had more that you want to kind of fill in there. But if not, I have a question like right off the bat about utility of VPay.
Yeah, shoot.
Question.
Yeah,
Okay, let me fire it off. Okay, because I'm with
Yeah.
you as far as like initially, I thought a lot of people thought this is it's a banking app. To a degree, it is, right? Crypto, fiat, all that. But like, man, I'm wondering if it's also something like Rocket Money. I wonder if you're familiar with it. Rocket Money. It's an app that I've downloaded like a year ago that helps me manage my finances. Like it tells me when I have bills that are coming due. It tells me, if I have a big payment that just came out, of my account and when my, payments are coming in, things like that. It just helps me understand. I'm terrible with my budgeting, like IRL stuff. Crypto a little better with, for whatever reason, IRL stuff not as good with. And I wasn't sure if VPay kind of leans into that too. Like it's a personal finance like helper. Is it a degree of that as well?
Should I take that?
Sure, yeah, if you want to take that, I think that that's what Ava does, but not the subscription. Subscription is actually a good point that he brought up. It doesn't manage subscriptions, but because it has all the data for your spendings, it gives you like feedback on your spending habits, like what you're spending on, what you shouldn't be spending on. It's basically like a proactive AI, so you don't need to go to it. It's gonna give you the tips and whatever, but it no, like I just took a look at Rocket Money. It looks interesting, but a little bit niche. I would say, like, I don't know if it's like a portfolio tracker as well or not, but yeah, it looks cool. But it's like leaning too much into subscriptions for whatever reason. But I don't think Ava tracks subscriptions, but it should be pretty easy to do. I mean, Revolut does it.
Yeah, I feel like it's a minor thing it does. Again, it just tells you if you've got this like reoccurring charge and it helps you like cancel it through the app. I don't use it for that. I just literally use it for, hey, this thing is coming due, or you're spending this much on this type of thing, over the past, 6 months. And it just gives me little insights
Yeah,
into, well, maybe I need to cut back over there because I'm spending a lot.
yeah. So from the demo, Mike has shown me each like transaction, each spending that you have. First of all, it shows what vendor it is, and then it's gonna get categorized like smart labels based on whether it's is it like an entertainment cost, is it like a grocery cost, is it like a whatever cost. And subscriptions, I don't know, like like they maybe there's a way to like have a smart label, its own a smart label for that, like subscriptions, but it usually like falls under entertainment, or if it's like a gym thing, it falls under health. But yeah, and based on those, it gives you the feedback like, oh, you're spending a little bit too much on entertainment, or you should cut back here. Like this kind of stuff. Or if you needed to like limit what you're spending on, whatever, you can like set your own alerts, thresholds, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I love that. See, that's the exact thing. That's what I use Rocket Money for. Now I'm looking for something that maybe takes it a step further because it's agentic, or at least it has like AI in the back end too, right?
Yeah,
And so where does AI come
yeah.
into play?
So the one question before I answer that, does this Rocket Money also track your portfolio, or is it just your spendings?
Just your spending. You
Because
tie
I've
it to
been
your bank
looking.
account. That's it. It's pretty light,
Okay.
and it's
Okay.
probably pretty ripe to be disrupted.
Right. So what was the question again? Sorry.
The question was, hang on now. Because this is now like more of an AI tool, right? Where is AI incorporated in this, and how does this help somebody with their budgeting, finances, portfolio, all of that?
Right. So the AI is like built in, like two functions. Not two functions, but two, channels, let's say. The first channel is like, how you go to like your bank account and you have like, you can talk to the support. Here, as well as to being able to talk to the support, you're gonna be able to talk to Ava. You can just chat with it. It's an LLM wrapper. You have the like, Ava has the data on the background, your spendings, whatever. It all gets feed into like an LLM, and then you can just, talk to it about your spending, finances, whatever you want to do through native language. And there's like unlimited potential here, by the way, especially with the ACP. Like, let's say there's a launch happening right around the same time as VPay right now, Flight AI. I've been interested in them as well. I like the founders are even like known people. I don't know why I'm promoting them, but I like them. So like, let's say there can be even an integration between VPay and Flight AI. So Flight AI, like what it does, it just you say, oh, I want a flight to Bali next week, and this can be easily integrated with an API into VPay, and you just like do it right through your bank. You don't even need to like get out of your bank account. You just chat with it. Oh, this is my budget, because Ava has the access to your budget. Go book me a flight with my US dollars, with my VPay tokens, with my virtual tokens, with my USDC, whatever. It can do it for you because again, natural language and access to your financial data. So this is the one way, and the other way, the second way, is the proactive way. This is like a mix and match of the different features that we've seen throughout the years. So like, it gives you smart alerts, stuff like that. Basically, what let's say what Google Flight does. You say you wanna go to Singapore. You say I only want to go if the price drops below this amount between then and then, and then it does it for you. Or the other one, again, pretty easy. It's been around for like a lot of years. Honey, we used to have it. Everyone used to promote it. Like before you checked out of a website, they used to like give you this pop up. Oh, you can use this discount code from the internet. So yeah, Ava is going to be able to do that for you as well. But adding on top of the stuff that are available on the internet, DeepTap people, Jared, they have their own, you know. Sorry, I've been drinking too much beer. They have their own, connections, banking connections. Like they give us these nice rewards, discounts, shit like that. And like Ava is gonna be able to utilize those as well, and like get you better deals, basically. Yeah.
Super cool. By the way, is this just a mock-up, or is that what the card's going to look like when it's live?
The card
That's
can look whatever it's gonna look like. I personally vote that it doesn't look like this. Um,
It's pretty
Jared.
slick looking. I like it, but yeah, I can't wait to
Really?
see the other
Okay, okay,
designs.
okay.
Yeah.
Jared is the banking expert. Any questions regarding banking should go to Jared. I should shut up. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, so to actually add on to Amir, right, what he's saying is correct. So like I know Mike and Amir for a long time as well. And my background is a lot to do with the banking side of things. So when Mike came to me with the proposition, because he dabbles in a lot with AI automation, things like that, he's looking for a concrete, like actual product that he can build on top of. So like what Amir said, right? Having all these different features, AI, things like that is very cool, but it has to be built onto from something that is very fundamental and very traditional. So what's as fundamental as banking and finance in Web3, in crypto, right? So that's where I come in. So with my connections as well, my network as well with BitTap, we are actually lending our banking infrastructure to VPay. And by allowing this infrastructure to be lent, there's a lot of possibilities that can be done. So things like travel, things like bookings, things like even spending on the day-to-day, all this sort of thing. There's a lot of things that Ava, the AI, can actually pull from my banking network, right? So for example, for BitTap, we do have banking rails, we do have travel rails, we do have hotels, flights, things like that as well. These, by extension, I will be providing these to them as well, so that we can find the best of the best for anyone that's using Ava, right? So that being said, for example, you can chat to Ava and say, oh, since we are spending for what, let's say one of our partners, for example, you're looking at Dogelon right now, right? Let's say Dogelon have a particular event happening at a crypto convention, and then because they are having a crypto convention and maybe they are looking for invites, let's book me a flight there, and I happen to have some Doge Elon tokens staked or already in my wallet, I can add it in combination with VPay and then make payments to book the best flights available to this particular. So there's a lot of plays involvement. For example, cross project collaborations that we can do. For example, project A and project B can collaborate, maybe hosting a real world event in token 2049, for example, and they would like to offer sub incentives in terms of travel or hotels. This is something that we can help facilitate because of the fact that VPay can connect all these people together, offer them as an option, powered by my banking rails, and then this will allow you to have both Web3 online Web3 services with a traditional feature as well. If that makes sense, I'm just rambling. But that's the angle that I'm coming in from.
No, I love that. So, I mean, this could replace my bank, right? I don't have to bank with, I don't even know who I'm using now, Chase, whatever, right? Like this could be my bank. This can be where I deposit my fiat to. Can I swap for crypto in the VPay app?
Yes,
Yeah,
you
wow.
can. So the banking features that I will be providing is not just a virtual card, right? We do have an option in the future as well for an actual offshore banking product. So you will have an offshore bank that can be used to be topped up with both crypto or fiat, right? And then with that, you can do bank transfers, make payment with your meme coins, with your VPay tokens, with your virtuals, things like that. You can directly pay, and then you can then literally from the application from crypto to your Apple Pay, Google Pay on your phone takes like 30 seconds, something like that. You can they can spend it, buy whatever you want to buy. Yeah, so it's really a best of both worlds, really integrating traditional banking product with the futuristic AI angle. So as you can see, what you are showing right now is exactly what we are building, right? And then it really also whatever verticals that Amir shared as well is all possible because we have a very solid foundation. So what I feel, especially with founders these days, is that and builders is that they try to build rocket ships to the moon, right? However, they did not account of having a proper foundation to launch that rocket from. So I think it's something that is very, very important. Yeah. So for me, my position within VPay is really to enable VPay to launch by having that very solid foundation. Because once you have that foundation, whatever you can dream of, you can build. and you won't crumble because you have that solid foundation. So that's where I am coming from, if that makes sense.
Yeah, really, really interesting. By the way, MJ, what the heck is Dora? Can work with Dora. I'm curious what that
Probably an
is.
agent.
That's
I
an
don't want
agent?
to. So it sounds like an agent, but when the bank that tells what I spend on tells you how to
Okay.
get it cheaper. Okay, that's pretty much what VPay is gonna do.
Yeah, let me see. I don't want a banking app to tell me to stop spending. I'm gonna I like that a lot. You said that is something kind of similar to what VPay can do, or you can give it
Yeah, yeah,
criteria, right?
yeah, yeah.
Of what
It's
you're looking
like
to spend.
again, like, and you don't have to use this natural language, so you can just tell it, oh, that's what I wanna like this is the amount I want to spend on entertainment or whatever, and just like give me notifications, find me better deals, keep me in the range, whatever.
Yep.
And yeah, Jared, I'm not a decision maker, but if I were you, I know like being able to spend any VM, Solana, Bitcoin is cool. But if I was me, I would like limit it to virtuals and VPay right now, and then get the other virtuals agents to get partnerships going with VPay. So like they token gets added to the support of like VPay tokens. Like it's an added utility, as an added value for each of the agents in the virtuals ecosystem. And I think it's gonna be like there might even be some like synergies there in the ACP hedge fund ACP to dabble in the Web2 world too, because right now it's like just doing Web3 stuff. Yeah, I think it's gonna be like can in theory act as a bridge between the Web3 and Web2 part of the ACP hedge fund, which I'm a big fan of, honestly.
Ooh, yes, this would fit nicely there. And also, I just want to just random comments I'm putting up here, but MJ brings up a good point. Gets confused with AI agents and like high tech apps that are maybe agentic. I was chatting with our founder at CryptoSlam just like 2 weeks ago, and we're like, dude, the same way like with meme coins, anybody who launches a meme coin, we just call a dev, even though they're not a dev, right? Like we call everything an agent now that's in virtuals, even though we have stuff launching that doesn't necessarily have an agent. It might be like a
Oh yeah.
platform that's got AI, but we call everything an agent at this point too. And so if I heard right, and you did talk about this, I think VPay has got like it's got both, right? There is an
Yeah. So
agentic
like
part.
once VPay launches, it's not gonna have any AI features. Like yeah, you're right. Like it's gonna have zero AI features because it's gonna be the banking app. We're gonna onboard the users, virtual card first, physical cards next, and I don't know, like offshore card are gonna be at the same time or coming after that, Jared. But around the same time, and then once you have the users, you're gonna like Ava is gonna be, because you need data for all these like AI models. Like this is one of the things that a lot of people need to understand when it comes to AI. I'm like there's other like I have this other passion project I've been working on for not years, but like close to a year that I'm working with a team and we're developing our own deepfake detection model, like not using an LLM or not using an API. We're developing our own model. And what people need to realize, AI models, even if it's a wrapper, even if it's a simple wrapper, you need an insane amount of data to get it working right. It's not like you can just, pop up these AI features. So that's why you need the users first. You need the user base, the data, and then you can have like your a fully functioning kind of like foolproof AI out there working. So it's I would never advise like having like an AI out there just on the first day, especially when it comes to like a sensitive aspect of people's life, which is their money, their finances. Like it's got your access to your money and the tokens, whatever. So it's handling your finances. So it's a delicate thing. Like I wouldn't suggest there to be an AI agent or agentic features from the first day. You gotta get people in. You gotta like keep their trust. Oh, this is my card. I can rely on it to go to the supermarket right now, spend my money, spend my crypto. This is going to be a new thing for a lot of people. I know the crypto cards have been around for a while, but uh, a lot of people are not using it yet. So it's going to be a new thing, and like VPay is going to make it easy for the virtual users to get onboarded and exposed to this. So a lot of people are gonna like just be experimenting with this, and like once they get the hang of it, they're chill with it, they can trust it easily to just go out with their card and like go buy stuff. That's when you roll out the AI features, and that's I think like that's gonna be an amazing one because I've been seeing some like little glimpses. It's not uh pretty at all, as Mike tells. It's an ugly demo because there's like almost no UI. It's a bunch of code, but it works. And yeah. it's gonna make your life easy. And I always like I talked with my co-founder at Vela Intel, and like you're like people care only about like two kind of projects: either they make your life easier or they make you money. Like other than that, everything else is noise, honestly. So yeah, hopefully like VPay is gonna be able to do both for users.
That's crazy. Yeah, I was thinking, I'm like, okay, this is one that checks both boxes, which makes it extra special. Random point. I gotta say again, thank you guys for coming on. I'm not ending this yet, but I gotta say, like, again, man, people need to meet the guys behind the teams, the guys and girls behind the teams. It's what separates, it's what separates the what can we say, signal from noise, whatever. It's just, it makes a difference. So seeing that, like, Jared has built something before, BitTap, I think, right, that is your product platform, right? And so you all of a sudden you're like, whoa, competent builders, guys who've been around and have done it before. And then with Crypto Dude, again, Whale Intel, and you talk more about your background. So again, I just gotta say thank you. It means a lot to the community, you guys coming on and them getting to meet you, and then they got the trust to go, and it's like VPay. I can bet on that. That makes sense. So thank you guys. Would you guys want to just briefly get into more of your background too? Again, Jared, I know banking. But like maybe a little more on like when you got into crypto and maybe other things that you guys have built.
Do you want to go first, or should I go first, Chad?
I can go first. Actually, Amir gave a small little alpha when he was doing his monologue, right? So I love it. So there's a reason why we launch on Virtuals, and all the partnerships that we have already posted on Virtuals. We are focusing only on Virtuals, and the partnerships that we do have are also virtual projects that already have launched that we know of. These are the projects when we first got started. They are the ones that are willing to speak to us, right? So a lot of the times builders, they only say, hey, let's drop a text, let's have a text chain, Telegram, things like that, but they're not willing to get on the calls. For us, we got on the calls with these project founders. We on the camera, we have a chat, things like that. It turns out that we know people in the industry, and we have good friends with actually mutuals as well, right? So that's how we actually got at least the first couple of partnerships started. And that's why like Amir mentioned, their tokens will be very, very involved in our VPay as well, because we want to have a very, how do you say, cohesive ecosystem where basically no matter, as long as you're in the virtual ecosystem, no matter what token you're holding, as long as you're participating in this protocol, there will be a place and there will be incentives for you to be using the token. Even though you may not support VPay, you'll realize that your token has more utility than just whatever token that token represents in what project, right?
So we could chat about getting our Swarm token like usable in the VPay app, right?
Technically, it can be usable from day one, but again, my advice: restrict it. Get a partnership going with Swarm. Get Swarm's the community, and then like give them the feature to have Swarm. But yeah, it's EVM, so it can be available from day one. Yeah.
Yeah, very cool.
Exactly. And then to answer your question, how do I know Amir, when did we get started? For myself, I got started in about 2020, right? Before like the play to earn era, it was things like that. And then I kind of like played a lot of play to earn games, got wrecked, got earn a lot of money. Of course, I mean Web3 is quite common. Then after a while, I realized, hey, I love Web3, I love crypto. I kind of want to get involved in the business side of things. I don't want to just be the retail customer anymore. So that's when I actually joined several different projects. The marketing, one of them is a marketing agency. Actually, I started off as like a writer, content writer, things like that. And that's how I actually met Amir, how I met Mike. And then of course I was there for a couple of years, just I think 1 or 2 years only. Then we kind of left to do our own stuff. So for myself, I kind of pivoted to banking as a service, which is BitTap, right? And then I've been there ever since. But of course, I do work with Amir, do work with Mike we do come across each other because we know a lot of people, and sometimes in the group chats we say, "Oh, I know this guy." Then that's how it happens, right? So at least that's for me.
It's kind of a small circle. It kind of is, like everybody knows everybody. It seems like behind the
very
scenes,
much so, like,
which is cool.
Yeah. Before we went live, I kind of mentioned that I've been to almost every crypto event, not in the US or China, in the past 2.5 years, and I just keep running to the same people. Like every event, you barely like see 100 new people. So yeah, it's a very, very small space. And Jared mentioned, I've known these guys for years. We used to all work, like I've been in crypto since 2016. Actually, Mike was the person that got me into crypto, like the first time. Bitcoin was 3.5k back then. Yeah, that was when I bought my first Bitcoin. And like I've been in since 2016, and my background is marketing. I used to do Web2 marketing, used to be like a brand manager, marketing manager at these holdings. And yeah, but we 4 or 5 years ago, I think it was Jared. We used all of us used to work at a marketing agency, and like yeah, like crazy days. The trenches were so much different back then. Like yeah, like the whole meta was different. But yeah, we've seen it all. We've worked on like different projects that like launched on Binance, projects that went to $1 billion market cap. We've been through it all, like and like all of us have been involved one way or the other. Um, yeah, and
Seasoned
I like.
veterans now.
Yeah. And like when the Jared did Beep Tap, I immediately like I got a car because I live in Europe. The taxes or like a lot of the stuff are crazy. So Beep Tap helps me out a lot. I hope I'm yeah. And
No, not the
and
goal, not the goal. I think the main goal is for you to be able to spend your crypto
yes, yeah.
anywhere in the
Yeah,
world. I
it
think
just
that's
makes
the
my
goal.
it makes my life easier. Honestly, Beep Tap I has made my life easier, and like yeah, I love you, but I'm probably gonna replace it with VPay once it comes out. Because yeah, it makes more sense. Yeah, it's good. It's good. Like I'm not sure if I like covered the whole answer, but yeah.
It's perfect, dude. Okay, so then that kind of does lead me to a question. I'm here in the United States, so if I'm going to use VPay and I now have an offshore USD account, what does that mean for me and like the KYC process? And is there just things that I'm gonna have to deal with that I've never had to deal with, banking here in the States?
So the way that our bank, the way that we are partnered with, right? So we are very unique in a sense where we actually partner with physical banks, not like neo banks or digital banks. So these physical banks that we are partnered with has been around since 1989. They've been around for decades. They have over 100 real-world locations, things like that. So they are actually very interested in helping the greater world in getting off in basically rebanking the people who have been debanked. Maybe they are digital nomads like yourself who can't get bank accounts because they don't accept crypto as a form of salary or payment, right? So when I first got started, they do not know or understand what crypto or Web3 is at all. So there was a lot of education and a lot of informing that has to be done, right, in the first phase of the project. But after, of course, the first bull market, then you have the second one, things got very interesting. And then they see that there's a lot of potential in there. That's why they actually allowed us to be able to have so much, by extension, an extension of the bank itself. So we're able to offer you offshore bank accounts, right? And all we require really is just passport and a selfie that is only processed by the bank. So myself, BibTap, VPay have no access to your information whatsoever. The information is directly between you and the bank itself, right? And because of the fact that it is an offshore bank, they will issue you a Visa debit card, which will then allow you to then make payments, withdraw funds, things like that. So it's a very quick and simple process. There's no like proof of funds, proof of wealth, proof of residence, things like that, right? So they are very accepting, and they're regulated globally with a plethora of licenses. They've been around for a long time, and they will be for an even longer time. Yeah.
And so then this is not a way if people think they're getting around taxes or anything like that, right? No, this is
No.
all like legal compliant, all this, like it's a very kosher thing.
Yes, exactly. So people say that, oh, we can just get offshore bank accounts to evade taxes. It's the equivalent of saying that, for example, you in the States, you just transfer all your US dollars into Bitcoin, for example, and then you don't have to pay taxes because you remove all your US dollar. It's the same concept. It's your own personal decision not to pay taxes, right? So you have to report what you earn. That's your right and your decision to make. All we want to do is to allow people who do not have access to the greater banking infrastructure. They don't have bank accounts because maybe their country do not accept crypto as a form of payment, or maybe their country just don't have access to the traditional financial systems. We as the company will be able to provide banking solutions for you as an individual so that you can then spend what you earn at your own freedom without any restrictions whatsoever, right? So that's the
Yeah,
foundation which I've been talking about.
yeah, I just want to jump in because I think I like incriminated myself while I was talking. I just want to clarify when I mentioned taxes that I'm not saying I'm evading taxes, but like the fact is that I get paid in crypto. I earn my money in crypto, right? And like it streamlines it in a sense that I like move my finances mostly to BitTap to like just fully crypto and like not have to deal with several different banks and like especially the traditional banks in in Germany, and like where the source is crypto. It's not a pretty situation. So like, yeah, that's what I meant. Not that I'm
No,
evading
just that
taxes or whatever.
potentially this makes it easier, streamlines it. So, just yeah, interesting stuff, guy. I gotta say, I love this. I'm gonna fire off a couple more questions to you. Synthetic asset trading. You said Robinhood beat you to it. Is that the
Yeah.
like tokenized SpaceX stocks? And is that what that's speaking on?
Yeah, that's actually one of my ideas. That's one I brought to Mike. So I met this. So I don't think I'm not sure it's exactly what Robinhood is doing because I'm not sure what the fuck Robinhood is doing because they're like, oh, we're
Oh.
tokenizing OpenAI and SpaceX, and then they came out and they said we have nothing to do with Robinhood. So I'm not sure what they're doing. But this idea that I had, I met this Ukrainian dude and he gave me this idea in Tokyo last year. And yeah, like what he said, like, yeah, these are like synthetic assets. These are not real assets. This is not the real stock of Nvidia or like OpenAI or whatever. These are synthetic ones, but pegged one to one to these stocks and their prices on the stock market, right? So that's how you handle this. These are synthetic assets, and that's how you don't need to. Again, Jared, I'm not sure here. You guys got to figure this out, and you know better. But you don't really need to go through the hassle of like compliance, all that stuff, because these are synthetic assets. It's just like it could be even like a meme coin, but pegged one to Nvidia stocks. So whatever the amount of shares of Nvidia is, it's going to be that. Whatever the price is going to be that. Whatever the market cap is going to be the same. So this is what synthetic stocks mean. You're theoretically so. A lot of people will want to trade US stocks, but if you're in some countries that you don't have access to that, I think this is going to be like a good way for you to get into those markets. You can actually trade and like be involved in the U.S. stock market without actually being able to being involved in the U.S. stock market or like any other
Dude,
stocks.
it's so cool. Like crypto is just evolving so fast, and that's the kind of product that I don't know if I would have dreamed it would exist, 5 years ago, and here it is now. And man, does that, look, if I might prefer trading NFTs or this or that, so be it. But there's other people who don't want to touch that stuff, and this is the kind of
Yeah,
thing that might appeal to them. It's just, man, we are evolving so fast. So that really cool
Exactly.
idea. Can't wait to see those live in trading. I'll probably have to dabble too because it's so interesting. Um,
yeah.
who is okay? I mean, there's probably two parts to this question. Who, like, out of the gates, is your customer, and then long term, who do you want to be your customer? Like right now, launching on virtuals, it's crypto natives, right? And it's this kind of smaller community of degens, but yeah. How do you see that as who is the people you want to bring into this VPay system?
Yeah. So
Uh,
let me take
well,
this.
well,
So right
yeah.
out the gate, definitely is everyone in the virtuals ecosystem. I think that one is very, very straightforward. We want to ensure because it's VPay, we're launching a virtuals. We want everybody that is participating in the virtuals ecosystem to have a VPay card, right? To download the VPay app. That's the first the first step. So the second step, once this is me being optimistic, once everyone in virtuals have a VPay card, then that's when we start looking for the next set of customers, as you will. The next set of customers definitely will be anyone from the emerging markets, right? Latin America, MENA, Greater MENA, things like that. So these people are already earning in crypto. They are technically crypto native, but not really, but they are earning in crypto because maybe their local currencies aren't very strong or unstable, things like that, in a very unstable climate. Because of the fact that we are able to, VPay is able to provide these bank accounts, we are able to target them and then allow virtuals, allow VPay to empower them by allowing them access to these greater financial systems. And then then by doing that, we are able to not only bring virtuals to the greater ecosystem to the rest of the world, but bring the rest of the world to virtuals as well. So it's really a two-way street, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I love to hear it's like you're ambitious, and that's what I want to hear in a team that I want to, bet on, invest in, whatever. So that's awesome to hear.
Yeah,
You
there's
guys
a
had a
crazy number. Sorry, there's a
yeah, no.
crazy number that I wanna, because Jared mentioned the emerging markets. There's a crazy number that someone told me, and I was just shocked. Do you know what is the unbanked population of the world? What number of the people in the world don't have a single bank?
What's that number?
Make a random
It's probably going to
guess. Make a
surprise me.
random guess.
I'm going to guess 30%, which sounds crazy to me, but I'm going to put it out there
Yeah,
because it's
yeah.
crazy.
It's 1.4 billion people in the world don't have a bank, and yeah. And I think like a lot of it in the African countries, but I think like solutions like this I'm not saying like it's gonna like get all these 1.4 billion to get to use this, because like if they
A
don't
small
have the
amount. Jeez.
infrastructure, like, yeah. But it's a crazy big market. So you have like the Web3 people, you have the Web2 people, and then you have the unbanked people. But I think the thing is, crypto banking is gonna be much faster in onboarding them than compared to like traditional banking, because it's just so much easier and so much quicker, so much more agile, you know?
Was listening to, and gosh, I'm not gonna remember his name. Let's just say like CEO of one of the top, hedge funds, financial institutions. But talking about the whole payment system is about to get a buff, like the biggest buff we've ever seen in, I mean, almost the history of the financial systems, and that's through stable coins. And right, we got so much going on with the Genius Act. And that speaks to what you're saying. This makes it easier to transact, to bank, to do all of these things. It's cutting out so many middlemen, so much red tape. I mean, it's the future of finance, and now you're giving people an easy way to actually get in, to get banking services, which
Exactly.
incredible. Okay. Right before we went live, you guys had an announcement here. Has to do with like what, rewards and staking, and this is pretty darn spicy here. Yeah, what exactly is happening here?
So it came, like the whole idea for this came out of the problem. Like you see, a lot of virtual launches have been dumping post launch, even though they've been like oversubscribed by 400, 500%. They just dump. And I think the reason why is like people in the virtual ecosystem are not really incentivized to hold long term right now. Because back then we used to have banger after banger launches. Like a month ago, you had like Solest, and like a few days after you had Iris, and like these were like giving crazy returns. You had projects going back to back to back doing 50x's. But right now the good launches are far and wide between, right? So I think like the users are fine with going to JIT jail and like selling their tokens, not staking, whatever, which is not the idea that Virtual started with. The idea was to have these. I think that, like Virtuals had two core ideas, like building publicly and like having investors, having people involved who believe in projects long term. Otherwise, we would just be like pump.fun or like whatever. So yeah, this idea, I think, how it works is like the people who stake the token from day one, after the token goes live until the first months, they get 1% of the token supply. They have like a 5% early contributor in their tokenomics. So if you unstake anywhere in between, you're not gonna get any of the rewards. If you hold on for like 2 months, not only you're gonna be a part of the first 1%, you're gonna get some from the second 1% as well. And if you hold on all the way to the early contributor unlock, which is, I think VPay has one of the craziest unlocks in
It's
the
a
whole
nice
virtuals
lockup.
ecosystem. Yeah, it's like right now you're seeing all these launches going 30 days again because points have become devalued. People don't mind like not earning points from their stake tokens. So, and if you hold it all the way, you're going to be also a part of another 1%. But if you unstake at any point, you're just gonna miss out on this. So I think like for a project that is gonna be building long term, something like this makes sense. I don't want to throw any shades, but the creator bit is actually like implementing a kind of a similar system. Like I mean, Virtuos tried to implement it. It said like the longer you stake your tokens, the more points you're gonna earn, but I'm not seeing it in action really, or the weight is like super low. But Creator Bit is doing a better job with its bid level. So the more you hold the token, the higher your bid level is. I believe Virtuals needs to implement a similar mechanism to kind of get people to hold long term, especially now that the market is bullish. Like you have no reason not to hold. So yeah, I think, but this is a remedy until the time that Virtual decides to. I know I will be not waiting to stake my VPaying tokens.
He's saying what I'm feeling too, right? So, and we talk about this, we do this stream every day, and we talk about it. I'm like, right now, I'm barely playing Genesis launches, and when I do, I'm not staking them anymore. I'm not. And airdrops I get, I'm claiming them, and I'm not staking them like I used to. I just don't, things have changed.
Yeah.
But this is different. This one feels very different to me, where we always talk about, guys, remember what you were saying, what the real reason for these Genesis launches was: building, betting on a team who's building. This is a way to bet on real builders. And this is the first one that's come around in a while, just being honest, that feels like you are betting on something like that down the road. I mean, sometimes I say like market cap, I don't give a fuck. I don't, FDV, I don't care. It's just, it comes with the territory. You get a high market cap FDV if you build a great product. It's kind of that simple.
Exactly.
This is one of the first in a while I feel like, man, it is that opportunity we were always hoping for. You can see in the future what this could be. This is your chance to get in. If you're getting in on the pre-sale at what, 170K, FDV under 200, that is the magic opportunity you're looking for. So Mike, same. I'm definitely putting points to this. Definitely the 100%, and I might do all in again, but I am staking this right away. Unlike everything else I've been doing, this is getting staked. So, same page here, Mike. I love it.
Yeah. One of the things you mentioned, you don't give a shit about the market cap. I love that. I love that. It's like people keep like asking, oh, like Veil Intel is at 2 million market cap. I'm like, I don't give a shit. Like, 'cause I know tech is gonna price is gonna follow the tech. So, Jared, sorry, I'm not gonna be endorsing Veil Intel here, but
No,
I know that like once we scale out of virtuals, like right now we're just covering the virtuals market, but once we cover like the whole market and we have our features that's gonna come out, and like the scale is gonna be uh to be exact, like 200 times what it is right now, like the amount of tracked tokens and numbers and everything. Like again, like that 20 million all-time high market cap is gonna pale in comparison because the scale is so much bigger. It's the same for projects like VPay or like any Genesis launches. So we gotta stop looking at Genesis launches as like a quick cash grab of like getting like a quick 20x, 50x. It's cool, but we gotta have a nice balance of both like the people who take profit and like are happy with it, and people who actually support and believe the ecosystem. Yeah, Mage, like one of the virtual co-founders, actually like posted a tweet a few weeks ago about like they had some indicators about the health of the ecosystem. We're actually working on a similar thing at Veil Intel to like see what percentage of the people are long-term holders, how many are like just here for quick profits, whatever. Um, yeah, I think like that's one of the things that Virtuals has got a balance, like giving people quick money so it gets the hype, uh, but also like having that long-term stability for projects, long-term investment for projects, so that actual like good builders decide to come and launch on Virtuals. Because you gotta keep that in mind that the devs, the creators are giving up a huge portion of their tokens to come launch on virtuals. Like you're giving up like around 50% of your tokens outright, even more with all the marketing and whatever supply to come build on virtuals, and you're kind of restricted with tokenomics and a lot of the things. And I think other than the users have to be incentivized in the right way, and the devs have to be incentivized in the right way so we get the high quality devs. Because I think that's the edge that Virtuals currently has with the ACP. You have a lot of high quality agents building and working on it. We shouldn't lose that edge.
Great points. Great points. And then let's get into tokenomics, and we'll kind of we're close to wrapping. So, guys, again, any questions you have, let's get them in here. Right, this thing is again 23, 22ish hours left. Just want to make sure you guys got your bases covered. But okay, the VPay token. What is the utility for that token in your ecosystem, and then benefits to holders if there is anything?
Jared, do you want to
Yeah.
take it or should I?
So for the staking of the tokens, there's quite a few utility that I have already pre-planned, but I have not been announced yet. But at least the ones that I have announced, here are some of them. Definitely, by staking your VPay tokens, you can use it to gain access. Of course, the pioneer version of the VPay card, the ecosystem itself. Stake for loyalty tiers, similar to, we are modeling it similar to what Crypto.com did back in the day. So the more you stake, you get different tier cards, different benefits, higher limits, things like that. Definitely, right? Of course, a boost in cashback, card perks, transaction limits, or you can use your VPay token directly to pay fees. So these are just some of the many ways that VPay token will be used, right? So you can think about it as the VPay app, the card itself, as like the engine, while the VPay token is the fuel, right? So the more fuel you throw at the engine, the louder it's going to roar, the faster it's going to be pushed, the higher that the further it can go, right? So that's the analogy that I like to use. So that being said, by staking your VPay, you get really the best of the best out of the VPay app of Ava. The more you stake VPay, you get the best of Ava, and then the possibility is endless. And of course, with more partnerships that we have in the lineup, you just have more and more access to all these different new perks as well.
Love
Man, very
cashbacks.
Wait, say that again.
I love cashbacks. Like that's the only thing I care about, like cashbacks.
Hell yes.
Cashbacks.
Would love it. Love it. All right, then. If look, we don't have to really get into this at all, but what the hell? I'm still curious. And you addressed it publicly. Okay, the delay from when you guys first listed on virtuals. Look, okay, so I saw it and I actually got excited that it was pushed back, and then I got excited it was pushed back again. And I honestly looked at that, and maybe I'm totally wrong, but I'm like, I like it because I usually take that as a sign that it's just not ready. That there's still some building happening. There's, they want this thing to be perfect, and maybe that's not what it was at all, right? You guys on the timeline were just, making some comments that maybe you didn't have, the support to launch yet, and that could be why. But can you get into a little bit why the delay happened, over the course of, weeks, a month or so?
Yeah. Like I was just talking to Jared like today that honestly this might end up being a silver lining, like a blessing in disguise that it got pushed back. Because right now we're closer to the cards being available. So like around 2 weeks post launch, we're gonna have the first batch of virtual cards ready. So we're closer. So in that sense, like the building has been going on, it hasn't stopped. So that's good that the launch got pushed back. Because crypto people have short attention spans, and rightfully so, because there's so much going on the market. And yeah, I think it's really good that we can just have the first cards and then like the physical cards and like all these things coming one after the other. That's good. And the reason it happened, because I was involved the whole way, I was in the groups, I was making the intros, was uh, so I want to like put it in a nice way. So the way is, what I think is like virtuals and virtuals teams was quite busy with everything that was going on. So when I introduced them to the VPay team and I got them together, it was like peak Genesis season. Like you had Solus, it was like I think right around the Solus launch that I did the intro, and then they had like Iris. So like probably like peak levels of attention for Genesis launches, peak money. So probably the virtuals team was busy with that, or they were like they had like some hubris because of these launches and how good they were doing. And then after that, like the focus changed a little bit. They were focused. I mean, the market dumped somewhere in between, and then like their focus went to ACPs. Like because of Whale Intel, I saw how they were like busy with the ACP, and yeah, we were all busy with the ACP, so probably that's why like it took some of the focus away from the launches. So honestly, like there were I don't want to say like the communications were bad, but there were like almost zero communications. Like there are like group chats with messages that just went unread for like a month. And yeah, like I didn't want these guys. We didn't want to like launch and like not have enough eyes and attention on us, because it's not like this is a 1 week or a 1 month or 6 weeks projects. Like Mike has been working on it with Jared for months, and other than that, Jared has been building his banking relationships for years. It's not like a few weeks project. So it's just a shame for it all to go to waste and like not launch. And once you not launch, you don't get a second chance. You can't just come back and do it again. So I was like, yeah, let's delay it until we get on the same page with the virtuals team. We didn't, honestly, for a long while. And yeah, I even met the Creator Bits guys in the camp. Like there's some discussions with them. They're like, I don't know, like if you guys how like on the lookout you are, but there are a lot of launchpads similar to what Virtual is doing, modeling after the Virtual's models popping up. Starship from Coin98 is popping up. There are like a few more. I don't know if you know Jump. They used to be like these big market makers, but they just kind of went down after the Luna crash because they were the market makers for Luna. They're doing their own launchpad. Like there are a lot of different launchpads going, and I'm talking to these traditional launchpads like Decubit, Fiat Foundry, whatever. They're also trying to pivot and just keep up with the times and like the changes that virtuals and creator bit um have made in the market. And yeah, there are like a lot of different options these days. So we were looking at alternatives, and because WePay and the name and everything was based around virtuals, like the guys were doing a soft rebrand. But then, yeah, suddenly out of nowhere, honestly, out of nowhere, the virtuals team contacted us, and then like the vibe was completely different. Like really open, really helpful. Just made a few intros, few like key intros that helped, and yeah, like just the fact that the team is looking at you, is talking to you, is having a nice communication with you is enough to give you that confidence to go ahead with what you want to do. But when you're kind of faced with closed doors. You don't feel good. You don't want to be launching in a place where they don't want you, and that's not a nice feeling. And yeah, but I'm just glad everything worked out, and
Yeah,
the
I
the
well, I
whole yeah.
appreciate you being open about it. It does matter. Like I remember my brother works with the CyberKongs, and they ultimately left Polygon because they didn't feel the support from Polygon. They just didn't feel it. It's like, well, why are we going to put the efforts in here when there's, we're not getting anything, like nothing. It's radio silence. So, man, I get that. I just think in general, virtuals, the ecosystem, all sides of it. Maybe the virtuals team and the community side and the KOL. I think we all just got to step it up and start really welcoming. Especially the builders, especially the guys who blood, sweat, tears are here putting in that work every day to build something that we're hoping changes the world. I mean, that really is what this is kind of all leading to. We got to support. So I'll do my part. I will always do it. And really the rest of the ecosystem also needs to step up. So
Yeah,
interesting
honestly, you've
story.
been great. You've been great. Thanks a bunch, man. Yeah, I love this. I didn't like, honestly. I'd seen some clips, but I didn't know this was a regular thing. I don't know what the average viewership is like, but honestly, in my opinion, this should be like watched by every virgin. I'm gonna try like even like on Veil Intel side, I'm gonna try to amplify this a bit because I didn't know like we had this in the virtual ecosystem with the way we have it. And yeah, like I've been on the virtuals VC spaces too, but the vibe here, like I like it even more,
Oh
honestly,
man,
like that.
I appreciate you a ton, dude. Like I was saying, I got to promote better for sure. But dude, when we have guests on, we get great views. We'll get 1,000, 2,000, sometimes 3. It's great. It's
That's
awesome.
awesome.
But we
That's
just need
awesome.
people
Yeah.
to know it's out there. So, and by the way, and we can kind of wrap here too. But man, you're welcome back anytime, every time you have an update, you want to share something with the community. If you want to just come and vibe, we're going to start doing shows that just multiple founders on to just vibe and talk. Man, it doesn't even have to be virtuals. It can be like AI replacing jobs, morals, ethics of different things. Like we've got some more stuff coming. So you'll always be welcome to those conversations too. We're gonna have a lot of fun here. So
For sure, for sure.
appreciate the hell out of
Yeah,
you
I
guys
would,
coming
I would
on,
love
man.
that. Same here, man. Same here. I really enjoyed this, honestly.
Excellent stuff. We'll do it one last time. We'll do the final shills. Hang on, let me change the screen up. We'll do. I always like the final shills. Hang on. By the way, while I'm doing this, any other final points you want to just make sure the community knows going into this launch?
One thing I've been like telling people, like there are not a lot of products on Virtual's ecosystem that you can use on a daily basis. Like even Veil Intel is not like a daily basis thing. Like unless you're a hardcore virgin, like looking at everything every day, it's not an everyday thing. But VPay is one of those few products on the Virtual's ecosystem that is an everyday thing. You can use it every day, like a lot. And yeah, like some of the ones that come to my mind is like, I don't know, like maybe Axelrod. I love what they're doing. So yeah, I think it has a lot of potential. It crosses between just crypto and into your real life. It's gonna make your life easier. It's gonna make you money. It's gonna save you money. So yeah, it's gonna be like good overall. Yeah,
That's a damn good
and
point.
yeah, my last final point of confidence is that I've been using the Bip Tap card for I don't know, a year and a half, 2 years now, and yeah, I love it. I love it, and it just makes my life easier.
Man, super cool to hear. Again, just something you can use every day is different than most of the other things out there. So man, freaking awesome. Can't wait to commit. And thank you all, by the way, for the kind words I see in the chat too. Appreciate you guys. Okay,
Yeah, leave them in
VPay.
the comments.
Thank you guys. VPay live now. You have 22 and a half hours. Get your points in there. I think you guys feel like I do. This is different. This is
Do it
different. This
live,
is
man. Do it live, man.
I just tried. So
Commit.
behind the scenes, check out what happens. I use MetaMask and it's trash. It just is. So watch what happens. I have like 2 virtual in my wallet, so I need to load that up. But check this out. If I go, I think I put like 150 points. I'm going to do tens of thousands, right? But if I do that, that'll cover my 2 virtual I have. Let's see. I'll go
Right.
1.69. If I hit commit,
Nice.
I got to connect my wallet and it won't ever connect.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to kill my Oh, no, now it's working. No, it's not. I'm going to have to kill my browser.
Oh, no worries. No worries.
To
no
actually
worries.
connect my wallet, but I'm excited to get these points in. I'm going to try one more time. Yeah, it's not going to connect.
Yeah,
MetaMask is not
okay.
working for me, dude. It's been bad. I need
Yeah.
to switch to what Rabbi you guys have been telling me to do. So probably time.
Honestly, like I've had a lot of problems. Like I used Phantom and whatever, then I just switched to Trust Wallet for virtuals, and it seems to be working the best for me, at least. And yeah, for virtuals, yeah.
Interesting. All right, maybe I'll check that out then. Okay. Either way, something's got to change. But there's VPay. Get your points in. Again, I will be, and I'll get a screenshot out there to prove it. But follow VPay on X as well. It's VPay_global. Definitely follow them. Follow VPay Agent. That's a whole other side. I'm sure, we'll get more chit chat about that over the next, weeks, months, whatever. It's good for the long haul. So follow
Honestly,
that.
yeah, we're just brainstorming what the Agent V is gonna be doing on Twitter, but it will have some kind of presence. Because I'm a big fan of AIXPT. Not on the data side, but on the like the side that like it's doing what it's doing. I like it. And yeah, I think it's like a really awesome way to gain exposure for your projects. Like have something that kind of does it gets you exposure on Twitter. That's it.
Yeah. He's a great. He's just a great AI degen, right? He just sounds like us. He feels like he's awesome. Yeah. There's Go Ape Go. Follow him as well over on X. Awesome dude. Also great to meet you too, man. Here's Mike A. Mike, what is that? Mike. That's you.
Emiri.
Is
Mike
that you?
Emiri.
No,
Never mind.
Emiri is my first name. Yeah, Mike is
The,
like Iranian
our
Canadian.
hit
Yeah,
dev. Yeah. Our
Got
hit
it.
dev.
yeah.
And then finally, here you go. Here's Crypto Dude. Definitely follow this guy too. Awesome guys, awesome team. I think really awesome looking tool platform, all that. I am really excited about this. So I'll be watching. I will be shocked if this doesn't complete. I almost can't even imagine it. So I'm gonna chill a bit because I want to make sure it gets there, but it's gonna do it on its own. But again, thank you guys for coming on. You are great.
Awesome, man.
I'm wishing you a ton of success and come back whenever.
Yeah, love it, man. That's it.
Cool,
Good talking
cool.
to
Thank you
you.
so much.
Awesome. Have
Have
a
a
great
good
day,
one.
guys, in the chat. You guys have a great day as well. I'll be live tomorrow on my personal channel in the morning. It'll be a fun one. Have a great rest of your day, though, family.
I'll be
See ya.
watching.
Awesome.
Bye-bye.
Peace.
Bye bye.